Hello dear students, in today's class we are going to discuss about the NEET applications related to nucleus. NEET applications. So what is the first NEET application? How to find the radius of the nucleus, how to find the surface area of the nucleus, and also how to find the volume of the nucleus. So first application, if R, S and V. What is R here? R is nothing but radius of the nucleus. What is S? S is nothing but surface area of the nucleus. And what is V? Volume of the nucleus. If R, S and V are the radius, surface area and volume of a nucleus of mass number A. So what is the mass number of the nucleus here? That is A. Mass number means here it is the total number of nucleons present in the nucleus, means the number of protons plus the number of neutrons, that gives the total number of nucleons. That total number of nucleons is nothing but mass number. That mass number can be represented by A. Then how to find the radius of the nucleus? If we know the mass number, of the nucleus, already we know that. So what is the radius of the nucleus? That is R is equal to R naught into A raised to 1 by 3. R is equal to R naught into A raised to 1 by 3, means the cube root of A. Then what is the value of R naught? Already you know that. That is 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. Okay. Then it is the formula used to find the radius of a nucleus. Then see here, if there are two nuclei given of the mass number A1 and A2, how to find the ratio of the radii of those two nuclei? Ratio of radii means here it is the plural form of radius. Ratio of radii of two nuclei. Having the mass numbers A1 and A2. Having the mass numbers A1 and A2. Then how to find the ratio of radii here? So we know that. So R is directly proportional to the cube root of A, because R naught is constant. R is directly proportional to the cube root of A. A means here mass number. I will write R1. R1 can be written as R naught into the cube root of A1. Then it is the radius of the first nucleus. Then the radius of the second nucleus can be written as R2 is equal to R naught into the cube root of A2, means A2 raised to 1 by 3. Take the ratios, means R1 by R2 is equal to R1 into A1 raised to 1 by, R naught into A1 raised to 1 by 3 divided by R naught into A2 raised to 1 by 3. R1 by R2 is equal to R naught into A1 raised to 1 by 3 divided by R naught into A2 raised to 1 by 3. Then what get cancel here? R naught get cancel. Then R1 by R2 is equal to the cube root of the ratio of A1 and A2. The cube root of the ratio of A1 and A2 means A1 by A2 raised to 1 by 3. Because A1 raised to 1 by 3, A2 raised to 1 by 3 can be written as A1 by A2 raised to 1 by 3. Because already you know that A raised to M divided by B raised to M, that can be written as A by B raised to M. So A raised to M divided by B raised to M, this can be written as A by B raised to M. Okay, it is the first. Okay, it is the radius of the nucleus, and also it is the ratio of radii of two nuclei. Then what about the surface area of the nucleus? In first application only we are going to discuss about the surface area of the nucleus. So what we assumed here, the nucleus is spherical in shape. Means how to find the surface area of the sphere by using the formula that is 4 pi r square. So next we are going to discuss about the surface area of the nucleus. In first application only we are going to discuss about the surface area of the nucleus. The surface area of the nucleus. So let us consider it is the nucleus, means it is the central part of the atom, and its size is about 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. And how to find the surface area of the nucleus, means how to find the surface area of the nucleus. So what we assumed here, the nucleus is spherical in shape na, then how to find the surface area of the sphere, that is 4 pi r square. Then I will write S is equal to 4 pi r square. 4 pi r square, it is the surface area of the nucleus. Then what is r? R is nothing but it is the radius of the nucleus. It is a radius of the nucleus. Then, and what is the radius of the nucleus? That is r0 into a raised to 1 by 3. The radius of the nucleus can be determined by r is equal to r0 into a raised to 1 by 3. Then wherever r is there, I will put r0 into a raised to 1 by 3. 4 pi into r0 into a raised to 1 by 3 cube, square. R square is there, that is why square. Then 4 pi r0 square into a raised to 2 by 3. R0 square into a raised to 2 by 3. Then the surface area of the nucleus, that depends on the mass number of the nucleus, because 4 pi r0 square is constant. That is why I will write the surface area of the nucleus is directly proportional to a raised to 2 by 3. Remember this one. The surface area of the nucleus is directly proportional to a raised to 2 by 3. Then how to find the ratio of surface area of the two nuclei having the mass numbers A1 and A2? Ratio of surface area of two nuclei having the mass numbers A1 and A2. So the surface area of the first nucleus can be written as by using this formula: 4 pi r0 square, then A1 raised to 2 by 3. A1 raised to 2 by 3. So this is the formula used to find the surface area of the nucleus when the mass number is given, because r0 value is known and 4 pi value is known. Then surface area of the second nucleus, that is S2, is equal to 4 pi r0 square into A2 raised to 2 by 3 into A2 raised to 2 by 3, again using this formula only. Then take the ratios, means S1 by S2. S1 by S2 is equal to, then the right hand side of S1 is 4 pi r0 square into A1 raised to 2 by 3 whole divided by right hand side of S2, that is 4 pi r0 square A2 raised to 2 by 3. So what get cancelled here? 4 pi r0 square get cancelled. Then what we got? That is A1 by A2 raised to 2 by 3. Okay. Then A1 raised to 2 by 3, A2 raised to 2 by 3, that can be written as A1 by A2 raised to 2 by 3. Means the ratio of surface area of two nuclei is S1 by S2 is equal to A1 by A2 raised to 2 by 3. Remember this one. Then next one. What about volume of the nucleus? Okay. So already we know that the nucleus is spherical in shape. Then how to find the volume of the sphere? That is 4 by 3 pi r cube. So next, volume of the nucleus. Volume of the nucleus is nucleus is spherical in shape na, then how to find the volume of the sphere or spherical body? So that is 4 by 3 pi r cube. then V is equal to, V means here volume of the nucleus, that is 4 by 3 pi into r cube. What is r? R is nothing but it is the radius of the nucleus. Okay, then 4 by 3 pi, r means here r naught into a raised to 1 by 3, r naught into a raised to 1 by 3 cube, because r cube is there. Okay, then we can write 4 by 3 pi r naught cube into a raised to 1 by 3 raised to 3. Then this 3 get cancelled. Then what we got? 4 by 3 pi r naught cube into a. So what it is showing, the volume of the nucleus is directly proportional to its mass number. Means V is directly proportional to the mass number of the nucleus. Volume of the nucleus is directly proportional to mass number of the nucleus. And how to find the volume of a nucleus? By using this formula, that is 4 by 3 pi into r naught cube into a. Then we are going to find the ratio of volume of the two nuclei having the mass numbers a1 and a2. Ratio of volume of two nuclei. Volume of two nuclei. That is, I will write the volume of the first nucleus. V1 is equal to, by using this formula, 4 by 3 into pi into r naught cube into a1 means mass number of the first nucleus. Then what is the volume of the second nucleus? That is V2 is equal to 4 by 3 pi into r naught cube into a2. Okay, take the ratios, means V1 by V2. Then V1 by V2 is equal to, V1 means here volume of the first nucleus and V2 is here volume of the second nucleus. V means it is volume, don't confuse. Then V1 by V2 is equal to, so 4 by 3 pi r naught cube get cancelled. Then what we got now? A1 by A2. It is the formula used to find the ratio of volume of two nuclei having the mass numbers A1 and A2. That is V1 by V2 is equal to A1 by A2. It is about first application. Then second neat application. If a stationary nucleus means here the nucleus is at rest. If a stationary nucleus splits into two lighter nuclei, splits into means divided into, splits into two lighter nuclei, with mass numbers A1 and A2. Means the first lighter nucleus having the mass number A1 and this second lighter nucleus having the mass number A2. Then with the mass numbers A1 and A2. Then according to law of conservation of momentum, means linear momentum. According to law of conservation of linear momentum. According to law of conservation of momentum, both lighter nuclei will be move in opposite directions with the equal momenta. See here, it is a nucleus and this nucleus is initially at rest. That is why this nucleus is called stationary nucleus. Then if this nucleus is splits into two lighter nuclei and those two lighter nuclei moves in opposite directions, means those two lighter nuclei move in opposite directions with equal momenta. Then this is one lighter nucleus and this is another lighter nucleus. Both will be move in opposite directions. With the equal momenta. Means I will take the momentum of the first nucleus, that is m1 into v1, and the momentum of the second nucleus, that is m2 into v2. Then what is the momentum of the stationary nucleus? that is 0 because initially it is at rest now. Then so here this momentum is 0. Then the initial momentum is equal to final momentum, that is called the law of conservation of momentum. See here, the initial momentum is 0. Then what about final momentum? The momentum of the first body plus the momentum of the second body. Then I will write the momentum of the second body is in positive direction plus the momentum of the second lighter nucleus, that is in positive direction, and the momentum of the first lighter nucleus, that is in negative direction. That is why minus of m1 into v1. Then plus into minus, that is minus. Then m2 into v2 minus m1 into v1 means, but here both moment are equal. Then I will take this minus m1 into v1 to the left hand side, that becomes plus m1 into v1. Then what is our aim here? Our aim is to find the ratio of velocities of two lighter nuclei. So m1 into v1 is equal to m2 into v2. Then what is our aim? Our aim is to find the ratio of velocities of two lighter nuclei. So I will take this v2 to the left hand side and m1 to the right hand side. Then it is v1 by v2, that is equal to m2 by m1. And here mass of a nucleus, that depends on the mass number of the nucleus, means mass of a nucleus is directly proportional to the mass number of the nucleus. So that is why I will write it is A2 by A1. The ratio of velocities of two lighter nuclei is equal to A2 by A1. The ratio of the mass number of the second lighter nucleus and the mass number of first lighter nucleus, that is V1 by V2 is equal to A2 by A1. Then in terms of radius, how to write this one? Already we know that in terms of radius we are going to write R is equal to R0 into A raised to 1 by 3, but we have A2 by A1, means we need A only, means cubing on both sides. Then R cube is equal to R0 cube into A. R0 cube into A. Then so what we need now? We need A now. Then A is equal to R cube divided by R0 cube. Then A1 means it is the mass number of the first lighter nucleus, that is R1 cube divided by R0 cube, because R0 is a constant, its value is about how much? 1.2 into 10 to the power of minus 15 meter. Then mass number of the second lighter nucleus, that is A2 is equal to R2 cube divided by R0 cube. Then so I will put wherever A2 is there, R2 cube divided by R0 cube, and wherever A1 is there, R1 cube divided by R0 cube. Then this equation can be written as, then V1 by V2. Here what is V1? V1 is the velocity of first lighter nucleus and V2 is the velocity of second lighter nucleus. Then V1 by V2 is equal to, what about A2? A2 is R2 cube divided by R0 cube, then whole divided by, then R1 cube divided by R0 cube. Here 1 by R0 cube get cancelled. Then what we got now? V1 by V2 is equal to R2 cube divided by R1 cube. Hence, that is V1 by V2 is equal to, V1 by V2 is equal to R2 by R1 whole cube. So this is the ratio of velocities of two lighter nuclei. Okay, that is V1 by V2 is equal to R2 by R1 whole cube if the radii are given. If the mass numbers are given. How to find the ratio of velocities of two lighter nuclei? V1 by V2 is equal to A2 by A1. Then we are going to find the kinetic energy of the two lighter nuclei, means the ratio of kinetic energies of two lighter nuclei. We know the ratio of velocities of two lighter nuclei. Then how to find the kinetic energy of two lighter nuclei? Ratio of kinetic energies of two lighter nuclei. Ratio of kinetic energy of two lighter nuclei. Then first we have to write the kinetic energy in terms of momentum. So what is the formula used to find the kinetic energy? That is Ke is equal to, Ke means here kinetic energy, that is 1 by 2 m into v square. But we have to express this kinetic energy in terms of momentum, because here moment are equal. Then we can write 1 by 2 m into m, that is m square into v square divided by m, means multiplied by m divided by m. Then what is m square into v square? We can write m into v whole square. Then 1 by 2 m into v whole square divided by m. Then what is m into v? That is momentum. Then p square divided by m. So it is the kinetic energy in terms of momentum, that is K is equal to 1 by 2 p square by m. Then next we are going to find the ratio here. Then Ke1 means kinetic energy of the first lighter nucleus, Ke1 is equal to 1 by 2 p square divided by mass of the first lighter nucleus, that is m1. Because we know that the moment are equal. Then the kinetic energy of the second lighter nucleus, that is Ke2, is equal to 1 by 2 p square divided by the mass of the second lighter nucleus, that is m2. And take the ratios. Okay, the ratio of kinetic energy of the first lighter nucleus and second lighter nucleus, means we are going to find Ke1 divided by Ke2. Then Ke1 is 1 by 2 p square divided by m1 divided by Ke2, means here 1 by 2 p square divided by m2. Then 1 by 2 get cancelled. Then p square get cancelled. Then we got Ke1 divided by Ke2 is equal to 1 by m1 divided by 1 by m2. So listen here this m2 is in denominator, that comes to the numerator. But this m1 is in denominator, numerator, that comes to the denominator. Then it is m2 by m1. Then already we know that the mass of a nucleus, that depends on its mass number. Okay, so the mass of a nucleus, that depends on the number of nucleons present in the nucleus, means mass number. I will write Ke1 divided by Ke2 is equal to, so m2 by m1. So the ratio of mass of the second lighter nucleus to the mass of first lighter nucleus. Then we can write A2 by A1, means the mass of the second lighter nucleus, that depends on the total number of nucleons present in the second lighter nucleus, and the mass of the first lighter nucleus is depends on the total number of nucleons present in the first lighter nucleus, means total number of nucleons, means here mass number. Then and also we can write Ke1 divided by Ke2. In terms of radius we are going to write in terms of radius. So in terms of radius, that is r2 cube divided by r1 cube. The ratio of kinetic energy of first lighter nucleus to the second lighter nucleus is equal to the cube of the radius of the second lighter nucleus to the cube of the radius of first lighter nucleus, that is R2 by R1 whole cube. So in generally we are going to write Ke1 divided by Ke2 is equal to M2 by M1 is equal to A2 by A1, that is equal to R2 by R1 whole cube. So what it is showing, the kinetic energy of the lighter nucleus is inversely proportional to the mass of the nucleus. See here, inversely related. Ke1 is inversely related to M1. Okay, and also the kinetic energy of the nucleus is inversely proportional to the mass number of the given nucleus, and also the kinetic energy of the nucleus is inversely proportional to the cube of radius of the nucleus. Okay, so this is about the second NEAT application. If the masses are given, to find the ratio of kinetic energies of two lighter nuclei, we are going to use this formula, Ke1 divided by Ke2 is equal to M2 by M1. If the mass numbers are given, then how to find the ratio of kinetic energies? Ke1 divided by Ke2 is equal to A2 by A1. If the radii are given, we are going to use the formula Ke1 divided by Ke2. Ke1 divided by Ke2 is equal to R2 by R1 cube. Okay, this is the second NEAT